Hello? Can you hear me? Is the mic? How do I sound? Holding the mic. Let you guys know that this is a serious episode. It's a very serious episode. I'm just playing. We'll undrop the mic. Wrong mic. Please stop with the notifications. God almighty. There we go. All right. Using the correct mic. So, waiting on my partner Rio the Great, Rio the God, the one and only. I don't even know who I'm talking to because there's nobody in here. Is anybody in here? No, there's nobody here. It's just me. It's me and myself and I. So I got in the end. Cause it ain't no need to cry. I'ma be my own best friend. Today's date is the 19th. 19th. Okay, so we are currently still waiting on the co-host, Rio the God. Why am I'm talking as if somebody's in here watching. Well, I'm guessing if you guys watch it later, then I kind of explain what's been going on. But yeah, so yeah, if you're watching this later, which that's the only way you're gonna hear this because nobody's watching live right now. Yeah, so we know Rio, typing some notes, get ready for the podcast. And I'm pretty excited about the basketball games tonight. Um Start at 8:30. So it starts in 20 minutes. Heat versus Celtics. The first game was amazing. We'll get into how we felt about, you know, the games and the first the first games of the conference finals. Warriors versus the Mavericks, Heat versus the Celtics. And it's going to be a good one, as always. But man, let me tell you something. I've had so much fun watching the playoffs this year. And for whatever reason, like my team's not even in it. As everybody knows. And if you don't know, I'm a Lakers fan when it comes to basketball. And well, the NBA. Duke fan in college. Of course, Eagles fan, football, NFL. So yeah, the Lakers aren't even in it. And I have enjoyed the playoffs a ton, a ton. So looking forward to this game tonight. Looking forward to see how it turns out. Excited about watching some basketball. I think this is the highest ratings NBA has ever had, or one of the highest ratings the NBA's ever had in terms of viewership and the postseason. Apparently, they are requesting like $75 billion contract, some type of ridiculous number from um, I don't know. I don't know who broadcasts. Is it ESPN? The NBA is whoever the NBA is going to whoever they broadcast through the TV. They're renegotiating a contract. It's a ridiculous amount of money. It's a ton of money. A couple of billions. Let's look at this up. Instead of guessing. TV. So the NBA announces a 9-year extension with ESPN Turner through 2025 and a television deal notable more for its financial heft than anything else. The NBA has agreed to keep status quo going for an additional 9 years. The parties did not disclose the financial terms, but the deal is reported to be worth 2.6 or $2.7 billion per year. This is up nearly 200% from the current $930 million contract. ESPN will pay $1.4 billion, and Turner Sports will pay $1.2 billion. That's crazy amount of money. So the NBA not only gets paid from the TV broadcasting its content, it gets paid from the subscriptions, right? Because you have like NBA TV and stuff like that. It gets paid from the subscriptions. It gets paid from the ticket sales, the revenue, and all that. Well, do they, or does that go to the owner? Do like ticket sales go to the owner? Let's see, how much does the NBA make a year. Across the 2018 and 19 season, the NBA generated about $8.76 billion in revenue. It's a ton of money. That is a ton of money. John Wall is the third highest paid player per year in the NBA right now is John Wall. That's crazy. That's crazy.
What's up, bro?
Rio,
What's going on, dog?
listen to this.
What's up?
Let me ask you a question.
Huh?
Who, if you had to guess, who's the third highest paid player per year salary-wise in the NBA right now? If you had to guess, who you think it is? Who you think? Let me just say this: if you had to guess your top three highest paid players per year right now, who you think it is?
Steph, John Wall. That third. I'm trying to think who got a pick. Who got a big bag? Giannis, maybe. What was Giannis' contract?
It goes Steph, James Harden, and then John Wall. John Wall is the third highest paid player right now in the NBA.
Was it 40 million a year?
44.
Because he got like 47 this he's supposed to get 47 this past year.
Done a damn thing.
I mean, he got paid. We know why he got paid though. And what he played 40 games for the Houston Rockets and was like they came to an agreement, I guess, right? He was averaging 20, but I guess he just won. I mean, they weren't trending the right way either.
Bro, that's crazy.
That's all reason nobody wants him. It ain't got nothing really to do with injury, more so it got something to do with them wanting to take that bag.
That is crazy. Then it goes Russell, KD, LeBron, Giannis, Dame, Kawhi, Paul George. My man out here stealing money. How you been, man?
I'm good, bro. I'm tired. That's it. How you been, dog?
Tired, Rio?
Tired,
bro. Bro, let me talk to you about tired. Let me talk to you about tired just for a quick second. I hop off. First of all, I've worked all through the weekend, right? I haven't had a day off since last weekend. Right. I worked Monday all the way to today. I'm still working. That's number one. Number two, I hop off the plane Wednesday at 3. I had a meeting at 4, 4:30, and then 5. I had 3 meetings. Back to back to back. Mind you, I'm leading every meeting and I'm starting a meeting as I'm getting out of the car, walking in the garage. Trying to hurry up and get to the office so I can plug in the laptop and turn it on.
Right.
So then Mama T, it's like we putting something on the grill. We ain't seen you in a while since Easter, you know. So man, I come over. We there and I come over. You know, we didn't figure out what we was gonna do for dinner, so we go over there.
Right.
That's never a short visit.
Never is.
So we stay till 11:30.
Ain't been to sleep since I got off this plane.
Adira flight to New Orleans left at 7.
Mm-hmm.
So when we get back to the crib, she had to be up at 4. And I stayed up with her while she was packing the rest of the stuff. So like she didn't lay her head down till like 2.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point in time, bro, I was like, I'm not going to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to risk the small chance
of not getting up.
Even though we set 10 alarms, I don't want to risk it.
Right.
So stayed up, dropped off at the airport at 5, got back to the crib, right? It's like I'm gonna lay down. I got a meeting at 8. I'm gonna lay down, get some Z's right quick. Yeah. Right. I don't know what it was, but for some reason, my alarm started going off at 6.
Yeah.
Well, I know what it was. So then I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I was like, oh shit, it's the alarm from like just like a regular work week, right? So it's like, damn. So I get up, I turn the alarm off, and then I lay back down, and then the other alarm was going off on the iPad. I was like, bro, I ain't getting no sleep.
Yeah, this boy just quit.
I ain't getting no sleep whatsoever. I finally doze off at like 7. Alarm go off at like 7:45 for the meeting at 8. I was like, fuck. So I'm tired. I'm not working tomorrow. Well, I am working tomorrow. I do have meetings, but I will not be waking up until like 10.
That's right. I already know the pain, bro. To get off a flight to have a meeting back to back to back. I'd cried.
Bro. I'm telling you, I'm not getting up till like 10 in the morning. I'm out. I think I got like two meetings tomorrow. So they're not to the afternoon. They're not till 2:30 and like 4:30. So I'm gonna be sleepy.
Oh yeah. As soon as this ends.
Nigga, I'm about to make some pizza in the air fryer.
Oh yeah.
Bro, them shit smack so much, bro.
I gotta buy an air fryer. That might be a weekend purchase. I need one.
And then I get the ankle brace, right? And it works perfect. I done wore it, tried it on. I was like, damn, like this shit feels secure.
Right.
Wait till you see it this weekend. I done messed around and got that Steph ankle brace. I can't wear no other shoes but the Kobe's. I'm glad I didn't buy another pair of shoes.
I was just gonna ask you that too when we got there. I was like, you buy some shoes?
Bro, I'm glad I did not buy another pair of shoes, bro, because the ankle brace works perfect and it feels secure. And I don't think I'll get that same type of security just with like a high top shoe. Mm-hmm. And if I would have bought a high top shoe, I would have been so mad that I won't be able to use that ankle brace. Because it don't fit. It's not fitting. So
was you got that carriage on.
Bro, I gotta wear the Kobe's. And I put them on. I put it on with the Kobe's. It felt good. It felt fine. It felt secure. So I was like, bro, it's gonna be it's gonna be a hectic weekend, boy. Hectic weekend. Watch the basketball, sleep in, not do nothing around the house because they're not here. Damn thing.
Nah, nothing but relaxing. Nothing but relaxing.
They're doing a damn thing. So
I ain't even looking to do nothing. If something come up, it'll be here later.
Trying to get to this basketball game. Try to stay up through that. And then
I didn't see the Warriors game last night. I seen the highlights, but I was gonna watch it, but I got to the crib. I was trying to catch the end and half. I got to the crib probably like 10. I think the game might have been over, at least ending. And I was like, I sat in the truck for like 20 minutes, just trying to wind down because I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna make it out. I'm not gonna make it in the house. I made it in the house, bro. I think I made it in the house, took a shower, and before I knew it, I was asleep.
Hey, you said you was in the mountains, and
No,
if
when
you
I
look
tell you,
down, ain't nothing but the bottom.
Trey, I kid you not,
I
bro.
was in tears.
I kid you not, bro. We took 3 trucks up the mountain, bro. No cap. When you look out the side of the mountain, bro, you can't even see the bottom. So if you go off, you just gonna go off. You just gonna go off. Ain't no guardrail, ain't nothing.
Ain't
So
nothing.
like coming straight from the tower, coming from the tower off the first hill down, your truck sliding forward drive no matter what, because it's like it's done rained so much, so ain't nothing but a bunch of ruts. So I'm talking about my asshole puckered because I'm like, if I go outside, if this truck go on, bro, I'm coming out this truck. I just have to find later. This truck going by itself, big fella. Man, I'm talking about like, and it had to be for like 2 miles up a hill.
Oh, but say this truck go off the side. I'm coming out this truck.
Bro, I had every window open in the truck. I'm holding on to the rail. And I'm like, if I come off, I'm telling you, I'm going out one of these windows. Doors unlocked. They flying. I said, well, you know what? Y'all have fun. I'm gonna be down there in about an hour. Hey. It's every bit of 2 miles up and down that hill, bro.
Good. And 2 miles is a long time when you're doing something like not really comfortable.
Son.
Like you doing something not comfortable, like driving in snow and ice for 2 miles is long ridiculous. 2 miles when you slipping and sliding.
Look, you know we short, so I got a 1500. I got a small truck, but I can't see over the hood. So I'm scared because I'm like, what's next? I don't even know what's next because I don't know what's in transpire between me being up this hill and going down this hill.
Bro, I can't believe they had you out there.
Hey, man, management, bro. I had to, man, because if not, then they'd have never, they'd have probably took them. We got there. I got there at 1 o'clock. We went up one time to see, kind of to scope it out. And then we came back down. We had to offload from the trailer to the trucks, which included us to take probably like 20, 30 minutes. Despite trying to, so that it was about a 4 or 5. I'd say probably about almost 6 hour job. And we was in Asheville. So from Asheville, my house is 3 hours with 245.
Yeah.
Right? Plus when you stop to get fuel or whatever the case may be. So anything for the team, brother. But I tell you what, next time we're gonna use a helicopter or something. I don't know about that one. Whew. Give me $5, bro.
You said what?
Give me $5, bro. It's your last 5.
My last 5. That's all I got. That's all I got. Oh man. Oh man. Well, I'm glad you made it back. Glad you made it back safe. Couldn't lose you.
You won't go lose me, brother. I promise.
Excuse me. And I think we rolling up deep this weekend again.
That's good.
I'll say he bringing like 2 people.
I
think Alex said he's coming back.
Okay.
Me and Terrell coming through. I don't think Taz coming this time.
Okay.
And then, whoever you bring.
Everybody probably came from last time for real.
Huh?
Everybody probably came from last time.
All right, that's a bit.
I think everybody but the young boy, he might be there though. I don't know. It's AAU season.
That's a bit. I'm ready. We'll go for a long walk tomorrow. Get my mind right.
Mm-hmm.
Get my mind, my body, my spirit right.
I was gonna go home today, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to the house, do the show. I'm gonna stretch all night. Then tomorrow, I'm gonna go to the chiropractor, let her set my bones back in place. When she set them bones,
is it the same? Is it the same woman that was throwing you around?
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, she ain't going nowhere. Not till I start paying her. I said, you be at work Friday because it's happening.
Yeah, sir. She gonna be at work Friday. Easy. All right, let's get this party started. Welcome back, sports fans, to the ugly truth, where we tell you what you need to know and not what you want to hear. And sometimes it can get ugly. Tonight, we got a good one for you. As always, we always got a good one for you. We never hold out. And I'm here, of course, with my one and only co-host who needs no introduction, but we gonna give it to you anyways. You know him, you love him. One of the meanest handles out here on the East Coast, the entire East Coast. One of the greatest sports minds I know. One of the best route runners to come out of the Southeast. You know him, you love him. My brother from another mother, Rio, the God. Rio.
Trey, cool. What's happening, brother? Everything kosher with you? Everything good?
Yes, sir. I got some beef tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Phil and 2K. So, yeah.
You got 1v1?
Yeah. Yeah, we got to take care of some stuff.
Y'all on Twitch with it?
Nah.
I need to see that on Twitch.
You need to see it?
I need to see it.
I might put it up there. It's going to get hectic. We're going to be playing for a while.
Yeah, let me go ahead and go ahead and download Twitch back to my phone.
We can never play a couple of games and call it all right.
We shit talking? She's my French mama.
I don't know. That's the thing. I think so. We playing my team.
Oh, okay.
So it's gonna be a lot of concentration.
Yeah, I'm here.
A ton of concentration. So, but yeah. Rio and I would like to thank you guys, as always, for tuning in and supporting us. Whether you're watching us live or watching it later on YouTube, we appreciate it. Appreciate our love, support, all the viewership, and everything, man. Whether you're watching it at home with your family, the kids, on the road, at work, we appreciate everything that you guys do for us. Thank you. Yeah. Without further ado, let's get into some sports, which we got to start off with my favorite topic of this past week. Woke up to violence. I was in Chicago and I was like, who wakes up this early for violence? Off the rip. If you don't know, we talking about the one and only Pat Bev letting Chris Paul have it for whatever reason. Like he rolled out of the bed at 4:00 in the morning, grinded his teeth. He was ready.
He was on 10. He had that was sitting on his spirit for some time. Whenever he found out he was gonna be on TV, he already knew what he was going with it.
He was the first person at the ESPN studios. The janitor was unlocking the door. He beat
the directors. He beat everybody.
He beat everybody there. Then they had a little, you know how you had a pre-meeting before the show, and they'd be like, talk about your notes and everything. He knew it's all up there. He didn't write down a single thing.
Nothing. He knew where he was going with that.
He said, I get a platform. This man got a platform for a whole couple of days, and he took 80% of the platform. Let's move on. He took 80% of the platform to dig in Chris Paul's ass. 2 days. He took 80% of his platform to do that.
And I loved every bit of it.
I loved every single bit of it. A
lot of people hated it, but this is good.
I need that combo. Yeah. I need that Pat Bev and JJ Redick combo. I need it.
We need players that play ball to talk ball.
Yes. And I need JJ Redick to be not the sophisticated, but like he sees the game that's being played from like kind of the right way, technical way. Yeah. Pat Bev sees the game playing it from I'm gonna get it how I have to get it to survive. Yeah. And I like seeing both sides of the lens.
Yeah, it's almost like being it's from I hate to say privilege, but it is though. It's like, scenarios different. Obviously,
Yeah.
JJ Redick's from a different viewpoint, and so is Patrick Beverly. I got it out the mud, and you probably got out the mud, but in the same breath, you had all the tools to get it together. So
right.
I'm definitely there with you.
Right. And I love seeing both sides. So that has to happen. I wouldn't mind if Pat Bev retired early and he goes on and starts doing it. If they got a show together.
Imagine if you put Trey on there too. You add Trey because he's the in between.
Just give me Pat Bev and JJ Redick on the show. The Skip Bayless versus the Stephen A 2.0. 2.0. I need that. I need a new age because it's always like, Stephen A and Skip Bayless, they played like, I don't know, did Stephen A play college basketball? I think he did.
Yeah,
I think
they played like, I don't think he played all 4. They played like maybe 2 years. So.
I think Skip played like high school basketball. But like,
well, he was on the team.
You take these two players who played at the highest level. Like, I love hearing Shannon Sharp talk about football.
Yeah,
because it means that much more. Kendrick Perkins, I'm kind of Richard Jefferson, my man. And of course JJ Redick. Kendrick Perkins be on one, but
yeah, K Perk can't talk about too much. He beefing with I forgot my man's name. Yeah, that's so funny. Oh,
I know you're talking about too. Oh my god,
they're going back and forth on Twitter, bro. It's so hilarious.
I was just looking at the video, and he was like, I talk when I want to talk. Ain't nobody scared of you. I was like, bro, who is he beefing with? It was a basketball player, right?
I don't know his name. I think he might be a former. Because he was like, I think he's from Memphis. I know he's from Memphis. And he was like, we know the same people, Big Perk. When you come out here, we can chop it up and do how you want to do it. And it's hilarious.
Yeah, let's get into the Pat Bev and to the Chris Paul slander, man. Like we said, he woke up and chose violence first thing in the morning, went at CP3 neck, saying he couldn't guard nobody, saying that if they played the Phoenix Suns, he went out clubbing the night before. He ain't get no early night rest. He said if he was playing Golden State, Stephen Curry, he in bed by 8. Don't nobody call him. Don't nobody text him. Phone off. He said he playing against the Phoenix Suns. He gonna stay out, have a couple of drinks, and he'll be all right. Can't play defense. One of the sorriest performances in NBA history when it comes to that playoff performance, which, you can't really, disagree with that.
We're just going to get into it.
The cones was my favorite part. He called that man a cone.
We call cone work.
I said, come on, Pat Bev. Come on, Pat Bev. Pat Bev, you don't call that man a cone? Bro, imagine being Chris Paul and waking up to that. Like, you ain't done nothing to this man.
You just wake up
and you waking up to 15 videos. Slander.
And Junior probably came in there with it on his phone.
Yeah, playing it loud.
Pop, check this out, dog.
Cone. Dad.
He called you. Yeah, we got to go to the gym right now. Right now, you got to go.
Bro, the only thing I disagree with that is Pat Bev calling him a cone and saying he can't defend. First of all, he's going up against Luka. Like, can nobody guard Luka?
I think like I'm with, like, what a lot of people is like, everybody didn't, like, obviously we loved it. A lot of people didn't like it. And I was in the chat, and even my stepdad, who we talk sports a lot, he didn't like it either. And I said, well, let's just be real, man. Like, yeah, we talking about you talk about Chris Paul being a 9-time with all teams, all the first team, it's the first, second team, first, second, third team, whatever. You talk about Pat Bev being 3. That's fine, right? But when was the last time Chris Paul did that?
It's been forever.
Right. So is he wrong for calling him a cone? Maybe on national television, yeah.
Yeah, national television.
His delivery was wrong, but is he wrong for it, right? Is he wrong? And we allow, as we said a few minutes ago, guys who hadn't played at the highest level to disrespect all these proper names, high-end names, and they get away with it, right? But as soon as a player who plays against these guys states that, now it's, he's wrong. Is he really wrong for real? In reality, no, he's telling the truth. It's just how his delivery was the only problem I think I had issue with. His entire delivery was wrong, and how you came off about it, because it's almost like you got a personal vendetta for Chris Paul, for which you say, James Harden, he probably deserves some money, but he doesn't deserve a supermax. But you were willing to give him a supermax. You know what I mean? So it's kind of weird, and it seems like a little personal. But I think for me, he's not truthfully wrong. He's just not. I mean.
Oh, it's my neighbor taking the trash out. I was like, bro, why Prince going crazy like that?
So I mean, I loved it.
Yeah,
I think we need more of it. I just hate how people went to kind of trying to pull a stat card. Well, first of all, Pat Bell comes from a different scenario than Chris Paul does anyway, right?
Right.
How many really make it to the league anyway? So to make it and to get three-time selection from the background he has, if you know his story, it's impressive. And yeah, Chris Paul has nice point, whatever, but in the sense of everybody gets to a point in their career where they become a cone. Let's just call it what it is. You can't play at that high level forever. So
I mean, that's a fact. I mean, I completely agree. Like, and I think somebody brought it up there. They're like, but it's funny because apparently Chris Paul's like defensive rating is higher and his defensive win shares are higher than Pat Bev. And so, which is funny because like neither of them were high.
right.
But yeah. Chris Paul's just happened to be higher. He just happened to be higher than Patrick Beverly. But apparently, I need to see. Do you remember when it was maybe like Tuesday? Might have been Tuesday. He was talking to Stephen A. Smith, and he said Stephen A. Smith was like one of the most prolific defenders in the league, and he was like, no, the greatest. And he was like, ESPN just gave me the stats. He's like, I'm the greatest defensive player in the league. And he was like, it's Giannis then me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, bro, where is that? Like, I've been looking for it. I can't find it. Like, I don't know when ESPN published like the best defenders in the league, but I think they were saying the shooting percentage. I think it was the shooting percentage.
Yeah, that could be very much so true.
I think when people play against Pat Bev's shooting percentage against him, it's like they're low. They're like in the 40s or something. Mm-hmm. But it's like Giannis to him. I think that was the stat he was going off of.
So good. Okay. I guess like when it comes to it, man, I guess like why does it become an issue when Chris Paul is getting slandered, but it's not an issue when everybody else gets slandered?
Right. And
that's my frustration.
One of my best points he did make about that. I'm glad you brought that up because I definitely would have forgot. He said, why are we not doing it?
Yeah. In the woman JJ Redick and
he said, why are we not giving him the Ben Simmons slander? Like, why are we not doing this? And even though you want to say, all right, Pat Bev, your vendetta against Chris Paul, or whatever, like, no, that was actually facts. Because
it's true.
Because we essentially, like, plus the fans that in Philadelphia booted that man up out of a whole team. Because at the end of a play, like the end of a game,
mm-hmm.
and it was a mistake he made in a close game.
Mm-hmm.
They got you can't say the brakes, like the emergency brake, the doors.
They got the wheels beat off there.
The wheels, they was left with just the rearview mirror. Like, you know how in the cartoon when the car exploded and they left with the steering wheel and the rear, that's all they had.
That's it.
I was like, there's no way that this basketball game is playing right now. Like, there's no way that this is going on right now. Right now. JC said something funny. I do want to mention this. So in 2K, you know how like you're trying to get your rep up to like level like 40 by the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how you can pop like a 2K times 2 coin.
Yeah.
To do your rep times 2,
mm-hmm.
whether you're in the park or the rec.
Yeah.
He was like, the Suns were still playing as if you popped a 2K times 2 coin and you in the rec getting beat by 50. But you already popped the coin, so you ain't trying to waste the game.
Yeah, you can't quit.
You gonna see it through.
You can't quit.
Like,
yeah, got to. You got to. You can't quit. You got to see it through the finish line. I need
I
all these
said, bro,
points.
I was dead. I was
That's
like, oh
funny.
my. And you know he's a
JC's
Phoenix
stupid.
Suns fan.
Oh, I didn't know he was a Phoenix Suns fan.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
First of all, he's the first person I've ever heard say that outside of people from the Valley.
Yeah, no, he's a Phoenix Suns. He's been one since I met him. Like this
That's
ain't
what's
no
happening.
like hop on the bandwagon. Like he's been a
That's
Phoenix
what's
Suns
up.
fan. Hoss was pulling up tweets from dude tweeting back in 2012 about the Phoenix Suns.
That's what's up, dog.
So that was
That's
funny to me.
that's cool. That's good for somebody to be a fan and not be a bandwagon.
Yeah, nah, that boy hilarious. Hey, so me and Hoss called him, right?
Yeah.
Like I think the game, I think they were down by like 30 at this point.
Uh-huh.
We called him and he sent us the voicemail. Like we was on three-way. He sent us a voicemail. So we left like a 2-minute long voicemail. Talking mess, boy.
They don't want to talk about
Talking
nothing.
mess. He didn't want to talk.
Of course
He
not.
didn't want to talk. I was like, damn, bro. Damn.
You should have seen me in
Like,
front of the TV.
what was that? What was that final score again?
What was it? Did they finish with 79? I think that's the only thing I remember. No lie.
So you know it was 123-90.
Okay, 90. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know where I
So
said that.
you know Chris Paul like holds like that's like one of the worst games to ever lose by in the playoffs. And there's a game that's even worse. And Chris Paul owns he was in that game too. It was when he was on the Hornets. It's when he was on the Hornets.
Oh,
And
okay,
they got
okay.
beat the playoffs. And it was like one of the worst games ever. But like the only Patrick Beverly's right. He's the only player to blow a 2-0 lead 5 times. The only other players have done it 3 times. Like there's no other person that's done it 4.
The entire scheme, man, was just kind of weird. Like, all right, so not to get too off topic, like I don't understand. So to stay true where we at. I don't understand why Chris Paul gets a pass because he always still gets a pass. He still always gets a pass because has he not? He's still a top 5 guy even when the situation going on. But you know, when other situations happen with these other superstar guys, it always becomes well, he's outside of the top 10. Right? I mean, outside of the top 5 because of this very situation. But Chris Paul's still a top 5 point guard, no matter what. That's where I guess my frustration is with people. Like, you're mad at Pat Bev for somebody who states and who hoops to give the proper criticism instead of but you rather get a guy like Skip Bayless, and I'm not saying like that, but can beat up anybody else and it's okay. I just that's what drives me and irritates me the most about the Pat Bev situation.
No, you're absolutely right. Because
I don't understand that.
If it happens, if this happens to anybody else, KD, LeBron, Giannis, happens in any stuff, like they getting drugged through the mud.
You feel me, bro? And
through the mud. And they got rings.
Swept. Yeah. That's the worst part. Like a guy that doesn't have this. I mean, yes, he has credentials. Look at it, which I'm not saying he doesn't have credentials, but it's like I guess he's the fan favorite in a sense. It's like it doesn't apply to him. The rest of these guys got haters from all across the board. People hate Steph for a while. I don't even know. Steph don't even talk enough. People hate Steph.
Right. Exactly. The worst thing he does is shimmy.
Like, I mean, but that's having fun with. That's coming from somebody who's put in the work to earn that right. You know what I mean,
yeah.
So it's
he
like Giannis got enemies. Why?
I still, for the life of me, don't understand why people hate on Giannis. I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
I don't know, man. That whole scenario irks me, and it's like because even my stepdad, he was like, I was like, no way you just sit here saying that. Like Chris Paul don't get no scrutiny, and we okay with that. But you're gonna say Pat Bev ain't got the credentials to talk. Neither does Stephen A. Skip.
No, not at all.
How long did Jay Williams play in the NBA? And I like
not
Jay Williams. Nick Wright. How many times these guys play in the NBA? And then a guy who has the credentials.
Nick Wright never played in the NBA.
Right.
I don't think he's ever played on basketball team.
You should say so. It's like, how do these guys get the pass to criticize? But a guy who has, at least he has some accolades to say, you know what? I can talk about Chris Paul. And I know it seems kind of personal, but in the same breath, what if it's just realistic?
It could be. It could be. And a lot of people are like, a lot of people say that he went over the top when he started talking about his defensive because, because they were like, well, Pat Bev, like Danny Green, when Danny Green was like, well, Pat Bev, they look for you when they come for switches and stuff like that. Then wouldn't that, doesn't a spade know how to call a spade? Like when Danny Green said that, don't you know how to call it?
Right.
Does it? Then obviously, then Pat Bev would know what it looked like then. If they do it to him.
Yeah, of course. And then the can't think about it. Okay, look at they're both undersized guards. So of course a lot of people looking for them in situations because they're not the typical matchup.
Yeah.
They're not. I mean, they're gonna have to play on the, you know what I mean? And then Pat Bev's on the other side of his career too. So is Chris Paul. The game is just off as a Monday. It seems like I guess it's ignored, but it's just crazy, bro. I was upset because I was like, some of the people that were saying something, I was like,
yeah. And you got to think about it. They got Luka Doncic listed at 6'7", 230. He's not 230. I promise you, there's no way Luka Doncic is 230. He's too big to be 230. There's no way. Like, no. I was 230 not too long ago, and I'm like, there's no way Luka's 230 at 6'7". And I've seen how Luka looks.
Yeah.
Like Luka at least 250.
Yeah.
And a young 250 who ain't got no problem throwing around his weight.
Yeah.
Like, how are you supposed to guard that as a Chris Paul, not 6 foot? How are you supposed to guard that as a 5'10" guard? Somebody out here throwing around 250 pounds at 6'7".
You all like 180. Soaking wet, sweating. You all 180.
Sweating.
So you called it the best though. A spade, you know how to call a spade. Like, why you like I understand you guys coming to his defense, but you only came to his defense. Why? Why don't you guys do this when anybody else is getting the same kind of treatment? Because y'all don't like Pat Bev. Well, y'all don't like that. Pat Bev is truthful and he's honest and he's straightforward. You don't like that. Nobody's gonna keep passing around because at the end of the day, right? It's Chris Paul still gonna get the same type of love regardless. All Pat Bev did was open the eye to a lot of people because even a lot of people said, they're saying like Pat Bev's right about a lot. Yeah, we know. He's right about a lot. You just don't like the fact that how he said it. That's fine. But that's the difference. That's different. That's the difference between a professional analyst, right, and a muck analyst. Somebody who's from the muck, because he's a Chicago native. He's a mud baby. So I mean, at the end of the day, he's not gonna be the same. And no disrespect, you know what I mean. But it's like they're not gonna be the same as, I'm gonna sit here and give you the proper, No, I'm gonna give it to you raw, and that's the only way I know how to give it to you.
Hey, before I forget. We need to get Hoss. I know we keep saying this. We need to get Hoss on this show because this man, I figured it out. This man said he's a fan of Rudy Gobert. I said, you're the one who's been voting this nigga into the All-Star game. You're the one. We gotta talk.
Hey, so next week,
I bought his player selections.
What's next?
He like big goofy niggas. Hey, big goofy niggas that say
stupid.
That say they can guard Shaq. And Shaq's problem, most unstoppable for. They even know how to ref Shaq. How the hell do we blow the whistle? Like we see them smacking him in the back of the head. Do we blow the whistle or do we just say he still dunking him?
Say like big goofy.
Bro, he said that to me, bro. I was like, you're the one that's been voting Rudy Gobert to the All-Star game. That's for you.
Look. And all of the state of Utah.
Bro, I need to go on Facebook and go to all the Rudy Gobert fan club pages and just start hating.
Why are they?
Just start hating.
Why do you have a fan base?
But yeah, David, it's I like what Pat Bev brought to the table. I enjoyed every single second of it. There was not one thing that Pat Bev did say. And I love how he would cut off Stephen A. Smith like every 5 minutes. Yeah. What's that mean? What you talking about?
Because
explain that.
It's narratives, man. Like Stephen A's built to build. He's there to build narratives. because his word is so strong.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, you don't get because
Yeah.
he knows ball to an extent, right?
Right.
But it's just to build narratives, right? And it's crazy. Like I seen a tweet, but it was like, what is it? Let me try to find it real quick. I say it because I had to say it. I think but it's what we've been talking about. It's like all these talk shows survive off slander. Future Hall of Famers, LeBron, Russ, Steph, KD, Kyrie, and so on. It's always been part of the business that said it was Chris Paul's turn, and now it's disrespectful out of line. How?
Bro, how, bro? There's been a continuous LeBron slander for so many years, and it's insane because what's gonna happen is Rio is that through all of this, and you're right, you have to make a show that's polarizing because that's how you get fans, that's how you get views. You have to make a show that's polarizing. What's crazy is when LeBron's retired and our kids look back at his dominance from like 2010 to 2020, they're gonna be like, how did you ever find anything bad to say about him? Like, where did you find anything to say bad about this man? They're gonna be like, what? Like, he was averaging the same numbers, if not better than what he was when he got to the league as a teenager, and then in his young 20s. Like, we're gonna look back and be like, how could we ever say anything? Anytime, like they're gonna look back and be like, how are you having debates? How are you having debates on who was the best player in the league?
I mean, in reality, but look at it, like it's just like everybody has a story. Like LeBron James obviously is the greatest player of this era, right?
Yeah.
So then you talk about Russ. The last person that posted triple double consistently over the course of years or had these type of numbers was Oscar Robertson, right?
Right.
It's been how many years?
Right.
Why are we bashing Russell Westbrook on a consistent basis up until what? Maybe, like this past time, right? I understand this past year, right? Because it's really due to where he been, but why is that a bashing statement? Why is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, KD's been one of the most, like Stephen Curry. Like I like we just stated, I don't understand how Giannis and Stephen Curry gets this hate. Like they don't speak enough.
Yeah, they don't. They don't
speak enough.
They don't. And I'm still confused. I'm still confused at the people that I was watching the video and they're like, well, Giannis losing to the Celtics the way he lost didn't prove anything of who was better between Giannis and KD. And I was like, it didn't. I was like, is it for the first time ever in NBA history, my man had over, it was like 200 points.
200 points, 100 some rebounds.
100 rebounds and like 50 assists?
Yes. Without his second best player.
And he gave it his all. Like, is that not what you want out of your superstar? Is that not what you want out of your superstar, to leave it all on the court, to be like, I literally gave everything I had, and there's nothing you can say that I did not show up. Not one game. Yeah, I got it every single game. And it went to a game 7 where a heroic Jason Tatum showed up to bring it to a game 7. And then they, for some reason, gave Williams 8 wide open blanket ass threes. Like, he didn't shoot 40% throughout the year for them to win game 7.
He been with the shooter for like the last several years.
I'm like, bro, he was so open. I was like, bro, and then here come Lopez with that late ass contest. Like, bro, it's cash.
Just don't.
Don't even. Why are you running out there? Run up the court. Get back on. Either run up the court or run to the out of bounds to take the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, get ready for outlet.
Why are you running a contested late ass jump shot for what? So, it took those things happening to just, I'm like, nah, you can't. There, two things can be true. Like, they both lost to the same team, but one lost in an embarrassing way, while the other one, who didn't have his second best player, drug that bitch out to the end.
It's just the force. Like, it's just different forces. Like, one's a jump shooter, one's a field type of specimen. And it's nothing they could have done with Giannis. At the end of the day, the only option they had was to allow Giannis to be Giannis, and you have to allow everybody else to beat you. It's the simple shit we always talk about when we play like 2K. Like, he's the weakest link. We gonna make him beat us. We're not gonna let him beat us because he gonna beat him. It's like we playing you in 2K. Like, all right, Trey can't beat us. Everybody else can beat us, but Trey can't beat us. You know what I mean? It's just gonna be that. So I don't know, man. It's just crazy, that whole situation. And then just seeing people come out, it's like, damn. I can see who from the mud, and I can see who can't. I see who ain't. Yeah, I mean, I can just see the difference in that. So
Yeah, I was lost
I
off of that
love
one.
that.
I was also that one confused me because if anybody can tell you right now with how with how Giannis played it because it's crazy because a lot of people will say um they would say like Luka's the best player left in the playoffs,
You sure
right?
about
Or
that?
Steph is the best player left in the playoffs, right? Whoever you got that's left in the playoffs, but everybody know who's still the best player.
Yeah, it's still Giannis.
It's still Giannis.
It's still Giannis. It's not.
So
It's not remotely close. I mean, it's close to a certain degree for people, but I think, as far as like knowing who's at that superstardom, like it's kind of how what's my man, John Sally. I think it's John Sally that played with Mike and them, and he was like, um, I think they was asking, they was like, he was just kind of breaking it down, like it's by errors, like who's the greatest player. Like you can't do it by overall, you have to do it by errors because everybody's error is different, right? So
yeah,
You have Mike from 88 to 98.
yeah. I
You
saw that
have,
video. I saw that
yeah, I
video
mean, so he
because
was
they was
like, who
like
got it now?
that's why Michael Jordan says that's why he'll never say he's the greatest
The
player all the
greatest,
time
right?
because he can't play against the greatest players.
Right. He
So
was like, it was like, who's next? Luca, Giannis. He was like, probably Giannis. And it's
yeah,
at this point, you're at that realm because you're talking about a 26-year-old who has pretty much, as a defensive player, locked up who he is. As a physical specimen, offensively, a lot of who he is, and he's improving as a shooter.
improving, and you know the jump shot is going to get better because it's gotten better every single year.
That's your work ethic.
He's a workaholic.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna put in the work in the off season to get a better jump shot, to get a better mid range, to get a better handle, right? And he shot above league average for mid range. It was only his 3-pointer that was below league average.
It's not.
So
He doesn't need to be a marksman from three in order to be great.
no,
He doesn't.
no,
36% gets you by
no.
as a what type of player he is.
And I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off,
Go ahead,
but
bro.
that is my number one pet peeve. Well, one of my number one pet peeves when Skip Bayless is like, "How can you call LeBron James the greatest player when he's a below average free throw shooter?" I'm like, bro, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like,
Everybody has to have a flaw, bro.
bro, he can't. I was like, there's nobody that's perfect.
Everybody
Like,
has a
what?
flaw.
Oh,
Mike's was trash from three. And
bro.
yeah, we can make the argument Mike was trash from three because why? Because it was invented late, so there was never a long, but he still was trash from three. He was overall career at like 33%.
Yeah, and it's like, what do you
how
want?
how can you scream if you got it? I think at some point you got to be fair. I know it
Yeah,
sounds crazy at some point, but you got to be fair.
yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, you gotta be. But that with that being said, now, like we were just discussing, CP3 isn't off the hook completely,
No,
right?
hell no.
Not off the hook. In your mind, does this playoff loss affect his legacy of any time, of any kind? Because I got people calling for his point guard title. Like, you don't deserve it. Saying he doesn't deserve it anymore because of what portrayed through that series. Talk to me about that. How you feel? How you feel about it affecting his legacy and him keeping his point guard title?
Um, it's tough, man. I just think we're too far in the career to kind of be trying to snatch titles. Yeah, I mean, like I think at this point he's already solidified himself and what his body, his work has already created him being the point guard. You know what I mean? So I think that's already set in stone. But that's like now somebody saying because LeBron James don't make the finals these next couple of years of his career, he's no longer considered one of the greatest players of all time. Like
Yeah,
that's not it, bro. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So it's like I don't think we can do that. I know a lot of people want to. Now, like I said, we can criticize because he
mm,
deserves every bit of the criticism. You being who you're supposed to be and having a 2-0 lead on a team that's missing. First of all, not missing. Well, yeah, they missed Tim Hardaway Jr., but I mean, they're not as talented as you guys. They have the greatest talent overall compared to you guys, but they're not as talented as you guys on and off the board. But I think that's kind of showed the difference in. I think Jason Kidd. I think that kind of put I think we got to put a little different title on Jason Kidd now, as far as
yeah.
being a coach. I think that's where we need to lean the most.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think we can snatch that title. Man. I think at the end of the day, he is what he is, and he's built that name, he's earned that name. But we need to start criticizing Chris Paul because he deserves it just like everybody else.
Yeah, I agree. I agree because let's say put it in a comparison, right? Gary Payton for the last couple years of his career, was he really the glove? Like, was he really
right.
that lockdown defender? But we didn't snatch the name away from him. Like, he's still the glove. He's still Gary Payton the glove.
Right.
So you're right, man. I think it's taking it too far to be like he doesn't deserve the point guard title no more because the stats, his accolades, they all speak for themselves in terms of how he distributes basketball, how he's a floor general, So you still can't take away. You can't take away the point guard title because of that. Right, because of how much years of resume he has stacked up for him to obtain that title, right? So I don't think the title gets taken away. In terms of legacy, where he falls at of point guard rankings,
I think he's still at the outskirts.
You said what?
I think he's still at that between that 5 and 6 spot. I don't think it changes.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't change in spots. What I feel like it changes in like distance. Like you could be in that 5th spot, but close to being 4th. But now it's like, nah, bro. Nah, you 5th. Like
you stuck in 5th.
You stuck in 5th.
Yeah,
like, ain't no going to 4th now. Like the only way you go to 4th is if you get a title.
But we had this conversation when they lost last year, right? Would Chris Paul be back here? And we said no.
No, I said it. I said it's not.
We said no.
It's not happening.
No, that was your shot,
bro. It's so hard. He said it. He said it in one of his ex interviews. They was like, do you think this is your best shot to win a title? And he was like, oh, they said that last year. We made it. Like, not yeah. You didn't make it to the finals though. You didn't make it to the conference finals.
That was your best shot.
That was your best shot. That was your best shot.
That was it.
This year was another good shot, but you can't take going to the finals for granted.
No.
Because you nor the team that was in the finals last year were back.
Because that team, first of all, that team's got to make some changes in order to get to where you need to win.
You
need to get to. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
it's hard. It's hard going back to back. Whether you win or lose, it's hard to go back to back.
Yeah, because in those teams that you're playing that didn't make it, they're going to make adjustments. And those adjustments are going to be acquiring new players, moving players that were in the way. It's going to be all that. And now you have to pay guys like DeAndre Ayton, right? So you have to figure out what's the next move for that.
Do you pay DeAndre Ayton? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
No, I'm just saying. But
as the Suns.
No, probably not him. Probably not. I think with him being not the money he wants, but I guess
so he don't deserve max dollars. I'll tell you this. If I'm the Suns, no. But is he going to get it from another team? Yes. Yes. Somebody's going to lock DeAndre Ayton up for max dollars. It's just not going to be the Suns because the Suns, they would make a move like that. The Suns are going to be like, we got so much young talent coming up, right? We still got Devin Booker, we still got Miles Bridges, we still got that was only 2. Mikal Bridges.
Nah, you messed me up. I was like, damn, Miles Bridges was the same.
Yeah, Mikal Bridges. So, I don't think they pay him max dollars. I think they pay him well. I think they pay him high.
They attempt. I think they attempt.
But do you pay any other big that's not a top 3 big in the league max dollars? If you're not Joel, if you're not Nikola, if you're not Cat, does anybody else? Bam is iffy. Bam, I don't really consider like a true big. He's still a big.
He's a forward in a sense. Yeah.
He'll get max dollars, but I'm talking about like the true centers, the true 7-footers. Yeah. Do you pay anybody other than the top 3 max dollars to stay?
You're talking about because they're first of all, Bam's in a different category as he stays.
Yeah.
So he'll get a bad. I don't think he'll get max dollars either, but
he'll get max. I think that
I think
he's such a unique
I'm
and
thinking
important
Supermax. He'll
piece.
get max. He won't get Supermax.
Yeah.
It's because I mean his defensive side, the defensive side of basketball is what separates Span from a lot of these guys. If he
Yeah.
understood who he was offensive, if he just had the aggression offensively, I think he would. I think he would be a better offensive player. I think he just lacks the aggression offensively, and that's where and I understand why, because you got a lot of other guys that can score the basketball, so you don't want to interfere. You rather be the guy that be the anchor defensive, which I enjoy a lot. But it does piss me off because the other day I was screaming at T like, nigga, shoot the midi, please. It's cash.
His midi sickle smooth too.
It's cash.
Hezzy dribble off the dribble like
I'm like beat you from the hoop state, bro. Act like it, please.
I knew you were screaming at the TV because I was in Chicago watching it, and I was like, bro, this is not looking too good. Because I said if the Celtics win without Al Horford and Marcus Smart, that's gonna be a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah,
but
for a fact.
Jimmy B sat in that chair in third quarter.
Jimmy B said it, but the biggest thing was we lost PJ Tucker early.
Yeah.
And that was where I was shaking, because I was like, that's only gonna make Jimmy Butler have to work twice as hard, because now he has to switch between the two.
Yeah,
PJ Tucker is not only is Victor Oladipo my X factor, but PJ Tucker is my opposite, because defensively, I don't think there's at 37 years old. I don't think he doesn't get enough recognition. I don't think he ever did.
No. I was talking to one of my coworkers in Chicago about that. I said if the Bucks had PJ Tucker, they probably would have won that series.
Yeah, for a fact.
They probably won that series. It would have been somebody that can shoot consistently when Giannis is getting beat in the paint and he kicks it out.
Yeah,
and they're not clanking it.
That corner cash.
Oh yeah,
that corner cash. Now, and on top of that, JT had 21 points in the first half.
Yeah.
How many points JT finished the other night when PJ Tucker checked it for the last part of the game? Latter half of the game.
Did he?
I think he had 3 buckets.
Yeah. I would say it wasn't much.
So
but yeah, nice.
That was needed.
Yeah. But to finish what we're talking about, DeAndre Ayton doesn't get the max from the Suns. He gets it from somewhere else, just not the Suns though. So I really didn't want to pay him, man, because he doesn't. He's. I don't want to say he's not good, because he is good. He is a top 5 big, right? After that, you got who else you got after Karl-Anthony Towns as a true center in the league? Rudy. And then you got
you knew it was coming. I didn't want to say it, but
then you got like DeAndre Ayton and who else is?
You'll probably put Bam in the outskirts, so somewhere in that 6 or 7 spot.
Oh, so
gets bland from there.
It gets bland, but it's like, do I want to really lock myself in to somebody who is a game changer, right? He does bring W's to the game, to your team, but he's not taking over the game to the point where it's like, all right, if all we have is DeAndre Ayton for a night, he's gonna pull us the dub. If we got Cameron Payne starting alongside that Landry Shamet, because CP3 and Devin Booker are out, but we have DeAndre Ayton, can we get a win? Like, that's a max player. Can he brings us the dub? Can he brings us the dub? I'm tired. Can he bring home the win? And no, I can't see it.
I can't.
He got nice mid range. He gonna get you 15 boards and 20 points, but you're not gonna go to him in the clutch. You're not gonna go to him with minutes left and be like, all right, go get us a bucket, DeAndre Ayton.
I mean, you still gotta pay Devin Booker again.
Yes, you gotta pay Devin Booker again.
So
you gotta pay Devin Booker again. And it's time. Rio has unlocked the phrase of the day. Like Jeopardy, you know how Jeopardy say the phrase of the day.
Yeah.
It's time for the Devin Booker slander. He deserves it. He deserves it just as much as Chris Paul. He does not get a pass. The shitty play he did, he does not get a pass at all. I'm sorry.
All I seen once they lost was that Joakim Noah video where they were double teaming, and he was like, "I see that all season. You've seen it all season. You've seen it all series too, didn't you?" Yeah.
And Joakim Noah, what he say? He said, "This is how we get better, right?" That's what his response was. in the video. It's how if the video played long enough, Joe Kim knows responsible. Is this how we get better in the offseason?
Yeah. That's it.
So, because you're not gonna see 1v1s in the end of the
you're too good of a player,
season.
man.
Too good of a player.
Too good of a player. This is my confusion. Why wasn't Monty doing the same to Luka? Because that was the only way they was gonna win that series. I think throw Mikal Bridges at him and say what?
I think they were because you kind of have two real options when it comes to playing against a superstar. Option A is we throw everybody at that superstar and let everybody else kill us. Or option B is, okay, Luka gonna get 40, but we can't let everybody else kill us. He went with option B. But then everybody else showed up though.
right. So it's like I go option. At this point, I'm gonna force Finney Smith to score 20 tonight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna force Dwight Powell to score 20 tonight.
Because let's be honest. If we run that series back between the Bucks and the Celtics, is Williams gonna shoot your eyes out again the same way he did because it was a good game plan. It was don't let Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum kill us. Let somebody else kill us.
Right.
Is he gonna give you 30 again? No. Is that gonna happen? I get he's a shooter. I get it, right? He's 40%, right? But is he gonna do it again? I will live with that. Like I will live with somebody who's not, let's just say like a Klay Thompson or like a Steph Curry shooting a 3 and killing us, because I think we can win that way. Right? If it's just so his night to burn us, then is this his night to burn us? Now,
you're taught that. That's my confusion. You're taught.
I kind of would have had somebody out there at the hip because he is a 40% shooter, and we'll let somebody else shoot the lights out.
Is that 40% on how many attempts?
Yeah, you're right about that. You're exactly right with that because attempts do matter.
Yeah,
he did put up like 18.
He put up 18 like the other night in the closeout game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. But like I was saying overall,
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying that does matter because the fatigue sets into a play.
If
you're a role player who's only shooting 5 threes a game, 6 threes a game, by that 10th shot, your arms is getting tired.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you're right? Like how many times is he going to shoot the lights out? Because he's not used to this. He's not used to putting out 18 shots. So if you run that back, giving Williams 18 shots again, the odds are he's not going to shoot your lights out again. So but you don't want Jason Tatum to give you 40. You don't want Jaylen Brown to give you 40. So you kind of left with leaving Williams open, right? You kind of left with you putting your best players with what you have left because your other best defenders out. You're putting your best defenders on their superstars. Mm-hmm. Okay, so be it. They took that route, and you're right, man. I can't let Luka give us an efficient 40, 10, and 12 because it's not good for anybody.
It's an energizer for the team. If our best players playing at that level, it's easy for us to play because now and it's like I just didn't understand the logic behind that. Like I don't understand that, and I guess at this point, and I said it, I think he had already kind of immerse himself in that conversation, but I think you have to say Luka's like top 5, man. It's kind of like
easy
zone, and it's kind of crazy that you might want to start talking top 3, just because he's gonna do it every night, and there's nothing you can do about it.
And what's crazy was Nick Wright was talking about for a week how Luka has had the best playoff performances in like history, and if you really do sit there and look at it, it's like Luka is really beating the best teams in the Western Conference with who by his side?
That's the point. That's the point I'm making.
With who?
That's what I'm saying. Who?
If you are any team in the Western Conference right now, if you're the Nuggets, let's say you're right. You're the top teams: the Nuggets, the Grizzlies, the Warriors, and the Mavs, and the Suns. We'll add the Suns, right, as that 4th team other than the Mavs. Who are you trading from your supportive role players for the Mavs role players? Like the Suns aren't giving up Jay Crowder. For who? They're not giving up your second star DeAndre Ayton for the Mavs for anybody, right? You go into the Warriors. They're not trading Jordan Poole for Brunson. They're not trading Jordan Poole for hell, they're not even trading Andrew Wiggins for Brunson. They do you want to move on to the Grizzlies? Like you're keeping Baines, you're keeping Brooks. He has the worst supporting cast around him in terms of what his competition has.
Right.
Spencer Dinwiddie, like, yeah, you want to see Spencer Dinwiddie, but he's also been shipped from team to team, and that's never a good sign.
Yeah, he's not like Brooklyn. He's not Brooklyn Nets Spencer Dinwiddie.
No,
that's a little different, Spencer Dinwiddie. But
no.
As you stated, yes, it's just different.
So it's like who, okay. So even if you say that, right, Spencer Dinwiddie, like, oh, you can't do Spencer Dinwiddie like that. Okay, is the Warriors trading Jordan Poole for Spencer Dinwiddie?
No.
Are they trading Andrew Wiggins for Spencer Dinwiddie?
You taking youth over age every time.
Like, and Andrew Wiggins is older than Spencer Dinwiddie. You trade no, they're not trading Andrew Wiggins. The Suns ain't trading Jay Carter for Spencer Dinwiddie. They keeping him. They love him. They're not trading Mikal Bridges, right? They're not in the end. Like I said, the Grizzlies with Dylan Brooks and Desmond Baines, and then you have Nikola Jokic, right? When his other two co-stars come back, Murray and Porter. Even as injured as Porter is, I'm not trading for Spencer Dinwiddie.
Right.
That's not gonna happen. So you put that in our perspective. My man's playing with the worst supporting cast out of all his competition in the West, and is getting it done. He like the Suns was the number one team in the NBA.
That's right.
So whether you want to sit here and talk about the complete breakdown of Chris Paul and Devin Booker, something had to happen. Like Devin Booker and Chris Paul did not go out there and wet the bed by themselves. It was the Mavs.
Mavs just knew what they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, you got to give the Mavs credit. So, yeah, Luka. I mean,
top 5 easy. Top 3 is very, 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 very much so there.
I'll fight for it. I'm not gonna lie. If you told me to put me in a debate and say, give me your top 3 best players in the league right now, I'll fight. I'll fight for Luka being up there. It'll be easy, but it's also not. It's not crazy. It's not crazy to say that if we had a draft right now, that the third team in the NBA wouldn't take Luka. Like, that's not crazy to say. And nobody's gonna bat an eye. Like if every NBA team redrafted right now, nobody would bat an eye if it went. Let's just say if it went Giannis at the ages right now. If it went Giannis, KD, Luka, they're gonna be like, "Oh, LeBron James because his age." That's understandable. I get it, 100%. Right. So, Joel Embiid, he's injury prone. I get it, 100%. You know, Nikola Jokic, I can't. House got to explain that to me. But or like Steph Curry, right? He's getting up there in age, right? You know, injury prone. It's like it's nobody's gonna bat an eye that you took Luka third. Nobody. They're gonna be like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. And it's funny how I love one of my things that I enjoy in life is I told you so's, but I told you so's that takes years to develop. I was having an argument with somebody was talking, I can't remember who it was. But I want to say you were there. I want to say it was when they first got drafted and they were talking about how Trey Young was gonna be better than Luka. And I was like, no. And then like the first year passed, and then didn't Trey Young do better than Luka in the first year? Or was it the second year?
I think it was the second year because I don't think the Hawks made the playoffs the first year.
Yeah, the second year, everybody was like, you know, this is why you made trade. This is why I make the trade for Trey Young, and you give the Mavs Luka. And I'm like, no, that's not why. That's not why. I had an argument. I had an argument with I think it was an argument, it was a debate with AJ and somebody else. And I was like, Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook would never win a ring together. It won't happen. And this is when the Thunder were the shit. Like this is when they was hit. So they never want to win together. And they was like going back and forth, back and forth. And then when KD left to go to the Warriors, I texted somebody. I was like, it took years, but I was right.
That's a fact, though. I mean, that Atlanta and Mavs trade is probably one of the most equal trades that we ever seen in our lives. Where as far as
the Mavs got away with murder.
As far as superstar. I mean, they both superstar tier. I mean, last year, Trey went to East Conference. This year, Luka's there. So it's probably one of the most even trades, but I still think in the long haul, Luka will be way better than Trey Young. I think just due to, obviously you're talking about having a better build. It's going to sustain longer. So I just don't know, man. And he's just too polished. It's probably crazy to see somebody this polished. But I mean, when you've been playing since you was 14 at one of the highest, the third highest level, second highest level, I guess I even want to look at it.
It's easy. So I had two more topics, but I want to do the third window as we get into the final minutes. I didn't add the third one. I didn't text you the third one, but this one, I know you're gonna want to talk about this. So, the first couple of games of the conference finals, right? Mm-hmm. Pretty good ones. The Heat versus Celtics. Then you had the Mavs versus the Warriors, right?
Yes, sir.
In my opinion, I don't think Jimmy Butler gets the respect and the flowers he deserves. Mm-hmm. And we talked about this a little bit when we did the whole Nick Wright superstar things, and we said that our things that we would change will be kicking Dame out for Jimmy Butler, right? And I think after what's happened, I think we've been proven right to make that change. So tell me yourself, you as a Heat fan, you would know more than anybody would know. You know more than I would know. Jimmy Butler, does he get the respect and the flowers he deserves, or you think it's going under the radar that how great he is? He's an awesome player in the regular season, but he becomes such a better and great player during the postseason. I don't think we get enough talk about it.
You pretty much hit on the head, bro. It's definitely unappreciated. It's undervalued, and it's simply because, as we always talk about it, he doesn't do any one thing great. He's just a great basketball player, and people don't like people who are just good basketball players. It has to make sense. It has to be you have to have something that puts you over the echelon for everybody else. When it comes to Giannis, he's a freak nature. LeBron, freak of nature. Dame's a gunner. Steph's a gunner. You know what I mean? All these guys that got, James Harden has that ugly ass step back. You know what I mean? So, it just comes to a point where
you ain't got it no more. Yeah, you got it no more.
Kyrie got the glitz and glam, KD's 7 feet marksman. You know what I mean? So it's it'll never get the appreciation it deserves until he's done playing basketball. Simply because why? Nobody wants the Miami Heat to be who they were because they live in the ages of Dwayne Wade and LeBron James and Chris Bosh, which no longer exists. So it's Jimmy Butler's got them doing what? Oh yeah, we don't believe that. But at the end of the day, he wakes up as a different specimen, and it's I guess it's because it's also another thing we talk about the Pat Bev, and I say it's you got the difference between somebody who got it from having it and then somebody who got it out the mud. You know what I mean? And that's a mud baby. That's what it is. It's just I came from nothing. I'm gonna show you why I am who I am.
Right.
And they get into it where it's about Jimmy's been on team after team. I said, well, everybody has a way of being a leader, and everybody can't sustain how certain people are leaders.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not everybody's not equipped to that, especially if you got an ego. So
and to speak on that just a little bit, Jimmy Butler didn't go from team to team because he couldn't play. He wanted to stay in Philly.
Yeah, for a fact. They chose Tobias Harris.
And they chose Tobias Harris.
Right.
Tobias Harris over me?
Yeah.
That will forever haunt them.
But Philly always known for that. So, for me, bro, I think I look at it from the perspective of I kind of look at it, I've always looked at it like this anyway, because I'm a Dwayne Wade fan, but how the Miami Heat look at it as far as organization, we don't care who gives us credit. I guess I've just always been a part of that train because, like I said, I always fight for Dwayne Wade. He's supposed to have an MVP.
Yeah.
At least one, right? And It was the same thing then. He took that Celtics team that everybody rave about LeBron James losing to in the second round, but he took them to 6 games too, by himself with his second best player being Darrell Wright. You know what I mean? So it's like, so for me, man, yeah, I think it's not talked about enough. And really, in reality, it's okay. But if we make it to the finals, we'll see what it is. I think at that point, you have to scream what it is and what it ain't. You have to scream that it's Jimmy Butler's being a top 10 player in this league right now.
Yeah.
If I mean, no matter really the outcome of what comes out of the finals, he did it 2 years. He did it twice in 3 years.
And it's Jimmy Butler. I think it said that like Jimmy Butler doesn't have any regular season 40-point games. Mm-hmm. All his 40-point games are in the postseason.
Playoffs.
All of them. I'm like, that for you to elevate your game basically times 2 offensively in different areas of the postseason, and then continue to guard the best wing player on the other team, bruh, that it's insane. It's insane, and it blows my mind every single year that he does it. And then, he flies under the radar throughout the year, being a star, all-star level player. And then coming to the playoffs, my man's giving you everything.
It turns into stardom. Turns into stardom. Yeah, I mean, so it's like
he turns into a legit superstar in the postseason. A legit superstar in the postseason.
And it's crazy. I guess you never really like paid attention sometimes, but you always hear like he a different person when the lights come on. I used to hear it all the time. I used to hear it all the time. I used to talk about a couple of players and like, he a different person when the lights come on. I ain't never think about it till like you start seeing it in action. Like, yeah, he's a whole different person when them lights come on. Like, he's fine now, but when I'm talking about, he's a whole different character.
Oh yeah,
and I think it's actually cool. It's just like now, like we're losing now, but it's kind of like they get Marcus Smart back, Al Horford. We're still without Cal, and now it's kind of like they felt us out game 1. We're feeling them out game 2. So now this is when the series is gonna pick up.
Yeah,
it's just, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I mean, you got to fill each other out because you got to figure out what you're getting yourself into.
So. Yeah, no, most definitely. And I didn't want to go. The episode without hitting on that Jimmy Butler, because he deserves it. He deserves every single last little bit of it, because that man's crazy. That man, absolutely insane.
It's crazy, just not having that. I guess that one thing that separates you. I always mention the finding radar.
Hey, can we get Duncan Robinson since y'all not using him?
Bro, I was screaming at you the other day when we were struggling in the first half. I was like, just put Duncan in the space the court. Just do that. That's it. Because if he's in the game, you got to respect him. Eventually, Spo gonna have to play him.
And eventually, y'all gonna have to trade us Duncan Robinson, and we'll happily give you Kendrick Nunn back.
No.
Happily give you Kendrick Nunn back. Happily.
Kendrick Nunn belongs on a low-tier team, so he can get good minutes and average.
Exactly.
I like.
Hey, shout out to the Eagles for signing James Bradbury. We're looking scarier and scarier every single day.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I'm gonna tell you some real stuff. Crazy. Everybody beat on James Bradbury when he was a Carolina Panther. Now that he's an Eagle, he's the saving grace, huh?
Oh, listen.
And he had good years with Carolina, so I'm just trying. Not you. I'm just trying to understand. That's all.
Yeah, but so no. You're experiencing. I hate it so much. The Carson Wentz effect. That's what you're experiencing right now. You're experiencing the Carson Wentz effect.
So much, bro. I hate it so much.
That's what you're experiencing, because people know who James Bradbury is, right? And they know he's a good corner. Yeah. But for the Eagles or for everybody else in sports media, like, we're of course going to overhype it, but make it not what it seems. But it's there's a reason why he only got signed to a 1-year deal, right? There's a reason. Yeah. So if he was that guy, it would have been multiple years.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. I'm excited. I'm just glad we got help, a veteran presence that's a solid cornerback. A solid. I just wanted a solid cornerback on the other end.
It'll definitely be beneficial to Darius Slay.
Yeah. Yeah, so it'll help. Any type of help to our secondary is a blessing. It's a savior. I'm gonna be honest with you. Any type of help to our secondary is a savior. I'm just be honest. Malcolm Jenkins can come out of retirement right now and sign as a safety for the Eagles, and we will overhype it because that's how much we suck in the secondary, and I'm glad. But I don't think it's gonna be. I think we're gonna be able to mask our secondary with our front line or our front seven, like our line and our linebacker core, especially with N'Kobe Dean and Jordan Davis and them boys on the front. So I think we'll be able to mask how bad we are up the top because that's how we won that Super Bowl that year. Like our secondary wasn't that good that year either. But if we can get to you quick enough, we ain't got to worry about the secondary. We just got to get to you.
Everybody has a flaw. Yeah, that's a fact. But I like you asked me earlier, and I definitely think on paper, if you look at it, you have to say the Eagles are definitely a much sleeper. You have to say that.
Yeah, a sleeper. Yeah, I'm excited. What I want from this season, I don't want let's get to of course I would love for us to go far into the playoffs, right? But what I need to happen is that we play well. We shoot for like 12 and 5 for the season. So then we can keep Jalen Hurts for multiple years. We can give him a contract extension. That's what I'm praying for. I'm praying for that. I need that to happen. And if that happened, I will consider this year as a win, as a successful year, right? If we get to the end of the season and we go 12 and 5, and then we somehow are still talking about Jalen Hurts, like if we get to 12 and 5, even if we make it to the NFC Championship and they don't extend Jalen Hurts, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed off at the end of the season. Like not even losing, but it's just like, come on, like what else does he have to prove? Yeah. So I know he's gonna put in the work this offseason.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I just hope it's crazy because I just hope for the best for that kid alone because I mean it's just not fair to be in this conversation on a regular basis when you're proven.
No, and it's only because he's not a first round draft pick. That's it.
And it's crazy because like Russell Wilson wasn't either.
That's it. Well, he got the Super Bowl, so
he got Super Bowl because that little bit. He got Super Bowl because of Russell Wilson.
Well, yeah, he got Super Bowl because of the Legion of Boom, but he still got Super Bowl. So
yeah, that's fair, but
so because I mean, because at the end of the day, it's kind of like if Jalen Hurts doesn't work out here, we all had that feeling that nobody else is really gonna give him a second chance.
Right.
But it's crazy how Sam Darnold didn't work out with the Jets, and everybody wanted, like not everybody, but like there was teams that were lining up to get Sam Darnold after that. And I'm like, why can't Jalen Hurts be like? Why can't we sit here and give Jalen Hurts that type of security? But I need from the ball out, even if it's like the Dak Prescott situation where Dak was struggling and he didn't become a better quarterback until they got Amari Cooper. Shout out to the Dallas Cowboys for trading him away, because what the Dallas Cowboys don't know is that with wide receivers who have over 150 targets, the people who drop the second and the third most passes are CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup. Thank you very much. You traded away your most sure hands on the team. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all for that.
CD had okay.
Huh?
Said CD had that problem. Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like if it has the same effect of Amari Cooper on Dak, where he makes him a better quarterback and he gets that extension, that's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for. Because he's going to get better. Yeah. He's going to get better. And he's a great leader. He has all the intangibles you want. Like you can't teach the intangibles. Like you can't teach the leadership in the locker room, because if everybody's so high on Baker Mayfield, he has none of them. Like nobody wants to follow Baker to war. Like nobody.
We stay having this conversation, man. In Charlotte, that's what I'm trying to tell you, Trey. I'm trying to tell you, if Baker Mayfield becomes Charlotte Panther, bro.
Hey, you know that door reopened, right?
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's still a conversation. I promise to goodness. I'm telling you.
Bro, if he comes to Charlotte,
I kid you not, bro. I'm gonna stop being a fan. No jokes. I'm only rooting for players from here on out. I kid you not. Word to my mother. Word to my OG, son. I'm
And
done.
I tell you this right now, Rio. I tell you this right now. It said, God, what's the boy's name? Baker Mayfield goes to the Panthers, and you denounce your Panther fandom. I will gift you a Jalen Hurts jersey, sir. You
You
will be
know,
a Jalen Hurts fan.
I'm just a fan of teams. I kid you not, bro. Don't ever ask me to go to a football game. I'm never going again. Never going again. Not to my kids.
And you got to come, man. You know we're gonna have the box seats again this season. You know, y'all gonna.
I'm gonna just eat. I don't even want to watch the game. I'm just gonna eat.
You gonna wear your soccer jersey.
Right. I'm being there with
wrong type of football. My bad.
I'm being with the Carolina Knights baseball jersey.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. That's what I'm hoping from this season. He plays well enough to.
Yeah.
I know he's gonna play well enough to get an extension. I just need for him to play well enough to
stop the critics.
Please. Get off his back.
Yeah,
let's move on.
Let's move on. Their brotherly love. They evil out there.
They evil out there. And what's crazy is it's not even the Philly fans. I asked a ton of Philly fans. We all love Jalen Hurts. It's everybody else in the media that don't fuck with Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, we like Jalen Hurts. Like, leave us alone. Like, you like Jalen. Leave us alone, bro. Leave us alone. And I appreciate it. I appreciate people still thinking, you know, whether it's true or not, that Dak Prescott is still the best player, the best quarterback in our division. It keeps you know, some of the pressure off of Jalen Hurts. So, but I'm excited to see what AJ Brown brings to the table. It's gonna be an exciting football season. So,
hey, real quick, man, what you think about the Nick Saban and Deion Sanders situation?
That shit was hilarious.
It's hilarious. Right?
That shit was hilarious. And somebody who was that coach? Who was that coach that
Jimbo Fisher
that clapped back? Yeah,
Jimbo Fisher.
Yeah. I appreciate him for doing that. Because not a lot of people would stand up to Nick Saban for what he said. And like, I don't even think did Deion Sanders say anything back?
Yeah.
So
I don't know if he said anything for
like directed towards Nick Saban.
Well, actually, he did. Well, like far as like added or nothing like that. Like I don't think it came out like press, but I do know he was like, he said, I don't even make $1 million. So
and here's the thing: if you think for one second that anybody believes you that you don't do anything illegal to recruit players, come on now. Let's be honest.
Nick Saban been doing it for years.
Yeah, let's be honest. Come on now.
And go ahead, Rob. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying. I get it. It's Alabama, right? You have a chance to go to a national championship almost every year. At the same point in time, though, how are you still getting all these top recruits and then convincing the top recruits to not even play? Like, you have top recruits that don't even see the field
to their third
or fourth year.
Yeah, precisely.
How are you convincing them?
Because I'm gonna tell you one thing for a fact, two things for sure. If we're 5 stars and Alabama called me and tell me I can come up, but I'll be a third string. But Florida called me and said I can be a day one starter. It's not even really a debate.
It's not a debate over me.
Like, what am I waiting for?
Derek
Stingley, the corner for is it Stingley? I think it's Stingley. They played for LSU. Day one starter at LSU. Got drafted simply off. He ain't played. He missed the last year.
Mm-hmm.
Simply got drafted off his freshman sophomore year.
Yeah. And it's you know, you get a chance to go to the national championship. The national, like, I want to say kind of like recognition because being on TV a lot. Yeah. But that's if you see the field. Like, that's if you see the field. That's if you see the field.
I just need to go to play ball and I can get my own recognition just by getting on the field. I have to get on the field. It's simple as that. Like, and somebody made a very valid point. Like, it's prom. It's Deion Primetime Sanders. You don't think this kid know who Deion Primetime Sanders is?
Exactly. Bro, I would tell you, you made a good point. if let's just say all things are considered equal, right?
Right.
Alabama's not offering me nothing but a scholarship, and LSU is not offering me nothing but a scholarship, right? There's nothing under the table. There's nothing shady going on. It's equal playing field. And Alabama comes to me and says, "You get you a 5-star wide receiver. You're not gonna really see the field until your junior year because we got everybody else in their mama lined up." But LSU was like, "Nah, we pretty much gonna run the offense through you day one, bro. Give me what." I'm out there. What is it? Where valley is that? The Hidden Valley, the Low Valley, Death Valley. What's
Death
that
Valley.
valley? Yeah,
Death Valley.
I'm in Death Valley.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, but like,
call me
think
Jamar
about it.
Chase. I'm out there. Run the offense through me. Every single play, every single pass you got, y'all gonna have to bring the triple team coverage because you know it's coming to me. You know it's
Like,
coming.
Jackson State and most HBCUs are getting more televised every year, right?
Yeah.
And then this past year Jackson State went 10-1. They lost in the FCS Bowl, right? Championship Bowl, whatever the case was. Whatever that bowl, whatever that bowl was called, I forgot what it is. On top of my head. So you think he's not gonna get the recognition? Celebration Bowl, I think what it is. Is that right? No, it's not Celebration Bowl. I don't know what it is, but you think he's not gonna get the recognition or get the visual? Because he's playing both sides of the ball, and they want him to play corner and wide out, so he's still the pick between that. So
yeah.
I mean, he doesn't need the spotlight's already here. He's number one recruit in the nation.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was funny. I was like, damn, Nick, this what you're doing now, brother?
Hey, it's
okay to like that you're not gonna be that reigning terror anymore. First of all, you 70-some years anyway. You 70-some years anyway.
and you've been winning. You've been winning.
It's time to pass. First of all, how much time you gonna keep coaching? You want to go home, see your family?
You've been winning.
It ain't like you ain't won. How many? What is he tied with Bear Bryant? I don't know.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about.
No, I think he has more.
I think more, right?
Yeah.
He passed the last one. He passed. He allowed him to pass. I think something like that.
But here's the thing, though. If you stay, where's the University of Alabama?
Tuscaloosa.
Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, Tuscaloosa.
If you stay in Tuscaloosa,
you stupid.
if you stay near Tallahassee, Alabama, for the rest of your life, you ain't gotta pay for nothing else. You probably go in there and get your groceries for free, and out there in Takalani, Alabama, if you so choose. Like, bro, you got it made. Like, move on. But it's okay. But even still, bro, you're Alabama. You're still gonna get top recruits. They're not. You're still gonna get top recruits.
It ain't gonna change. So, what was the purpose of the statement? Is my question, because you didn't get Travis Hunter.
Yeah,
I don't think you wouldn't have got him anyway. I don't think.
No.
I'm gonna tell you something. My dog Q, you know Q. Q said something. I think Q like friction. I think Q like friction. He was like, I understand why, because Travis came out and said, I didn't get $1 million because my mother still lived in a 3-bedroom house, or she still lived in a 3-bedroom house and there's 5 kids. And Q was like, I understand why he said it, man, but I guess he got to. Let me tell you, I'm gonna read it out because it kind of ticked me off, and I was like, all right, bro, all right. Now we just kind of like at odds for no apparent reason. Because let me see how I find this.
Boy, Prince, like, you done came in here and checked up on me 15 times.
Okay, he was saying, I understand why he said it. He said, I'm sure he didn't get a meal, but he could have still got a meal, and she's still in the same crib. I said, okay, think about what you just said, man. A kid that comes from nothing. I got 5. It's 6 kids, including me, right? I get a meal, even with the taxes taken out. You think I'm not gonna put my mama up?
That's the first thing I'm doing.
I don't give a damn what's going on. I don't give a damn about no clothes, no shoes, none of that.
That's the first thing I'm doing. So where's he from?
He's from Georgia, Swanee, Georgia.
Oh, you definitely get you a 5-bedroom house for about $400,000.
So look, this is what Q did. Q sent it, but he sent a house at 300. He sent it at 599, I think it was, right? He said, and I'm like, you sent it at 599, and I what I did was I went with the same thing. And so I found a 4-bedroom, 3-bedroom house looked way better than the house you just put up, and it was $399.
Yeah,
it's not hard, bro. You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about?
That's an easy decision for me to get my mama out of the hood, put her in a nice house, take at least 3 bedrooms or at least 4 bedrooms. Somebody got to share, but we got the room and we in a nice neighborhood.
I don't need to come home.
No, I'm in college. And then after college, I'm going to the NFL. So what am I coming home for?
For what?
Yeah.
It's not like it just be certain stuff. I'd be like, man, listen, man, sometimes we just gotta shut the hell up.
He said Q like
bro,
friction.
You do, bro, because that shit set me up, bro. I was like, no, you did just try to find a house, bro. You can do that anywhere.
Right.
You can find it. You can go. You can look on Zillow anywhere and find a house that's gonna be $600,000. It probably got 3 bedrooms, 3 baths in it.
Yeah.
And you can also get on here and find a 5-bedroom house, and it's gonna look just as good as the house you just put up in a decent neighborhood and get the same effect probably for $400,000. You can do that. It's not hard, bro. Don't be out here Googling shit.
Niggas saying they can, since they can Google, they know shit.
Yeah, it pissed me off. I'm like, man, that boy out there trying to make a living, all this stuff. You got here just tearing down his character. You know, man.
I'm gonna take that $1 million. I'm gonna go move my mom. That's the first thing I'm gonna do.
Mama finna get this big ass house. I'm finna tell you if I did it. Where you get this money from, man? Don't worry about it. Ain't none of your damn business. We get our ass stomped, big fella.
What's the score?
70-45.
Oh Lord, Jesus.
JT got 20 at the first. Jimmy Butler got 13.
How stupid. This nigga said have my nickel Saturday.
Have his what?
Have my nickel Saturday. I told because we bet on whether or not Grizzlies was gonna win more than one game, and they did. They snuck one out. So I was like, we got paid for lunch. Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah.
I say when I see you Saturday, I'm gonna pay you in nickels. So he's like, have my nickel Saturday. Yeah, I'll pay you. Don't worry about it.
I'm finna go stretch right now. I ain't even finna watch the game. I was gonna watch it, but I don't want that stress. Not today. I still got a headache. And I'm trying to tell you, if you could have seen me in front of this team in game 1, I was like, son, I know we're not playing like this. I was in this bitch screaming.
Yeah. All right, brother, man. I appreciate your time.
Brother, man. I appreciate you having me, man.
Appreciate your time. Appreciate everybody who's watching. Appreciate everybody who's watching later on. And Jazz, listen though, Prince has been monitoring me throughout the entire time. Like he comes in every 15 minutes to check in on me. That's what he's been doing the whole show.
Seen my dog in a minute. What's up, bro? Yo.
That's all he do. He just sits in the cut.
All right,
brother, man. You be safe.
I see you Saturday, dog.
Yes, sir. Yeah, will. Hoss, we're gonna have you on next week. Don't even no questions about it. Yeah, you let us know what day you free, and we're gonna be free for
That's
you.
the day we're doing the show.
That's the day we're doing the show because we need you to explain
Nicola and Rudy. You gotta explain Rudy. I don't care what you say, Hoss. You gotta explain Rudy. That's gotta make sense to me. I know it gotta make sense to Trey.
I don't know. I ain't gonna never go get that one. All right, man.
Be good, bro.
All right, you too.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that it'd be the fastest time. He hangs up so quick. It be gone. He'd be like, all right, be safe. Bloop. He out. Yeah. Prince, you gonna say bye? He don't care. Prince don't care about nobody but himself.